DC's Arkham Asylum is filled with nightmares galore. This is what Batman's rogue gallery calls home. Unwillingly, whenever the Cape Crusader soils their plans and gets them locked up. While most never stay locked up for good, over the years, the asylum has managed to contain many a villainous and sinister figure, and oh boy, are a lot of them dangerous. So today we are returning to our list of the top 10 most dangerous Arkham inmates with a part 3. Be sure to check out parts 1 and 2 after this video. There's a lot of villains that will be missing from this list that are on those ones, so be sure to check them out. Now with that in mind, let's jump in. In at number 10, the Ventriloquist. Ventriloquist, aka Arnold Wesker, is a criminal genius who suffers from dissociative identity disorder, which manifests itself in the dummy he carries around with him, a psychotic puppet called Scarface. When he first appeared in the comics, he would execute his crimes via Scarface, who was dressed up like Al Capone. There has been 2 others to take up the mantle of Ventriloquist aside from Wesker, who at one point was killed off in the comics. The other 2 are Peyton Riley and Shauna Belzer, the latter appearing in the New 52 as a foe of Batgirl's. While Wesker has no superhuman powers and lacks much of an ability in hand-to-hand combat, he's a master criminal strategist, and sometimes brains are more dangerous than brawn when it comes to Arkham Asylum. In at number 9, MAXTE ZEUS. MAXTE ZEUS is a bit more of an obscure Batman villain. He is a delusional criminal who firmly believes that he is literally the Greek god Zeus. First appearing in Detective Comics issue 483 back in 1979, MAXTE was a Greek history teacher who lost his mind after he lost his wife. Using his intelligence and cunning, the character became a prominent criminal figure in Gotham. When he was initially locked up in Arkham in Batman and the Outsiders issue 14, Bats suggested that he be put in the maximum security wing. Instead, he was placed in a regular security cell and eventually escaped because of it, forming a team of mythology-based superhuman agents called the New Olympians afterwards. On top of his comic book appearances, he's also present in the Arkhamverse video games. Well, somewhat. There's a cell in the Arkham Asylum video game covered in Greek symbols implying that it was once Maxie's. You can find it in the patient pacification chamber in the intensive treatment center. Then, in Arkham City, you can find his nightclub Gotham City Olympus, along with a story that tells how he disappeared after a few electroshock therapy sessions. In at number 8, Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Upon first look, Tweedledum and Tweedledee may not be all that intimidating, but don't let their comical appearance fool you. Based off of the characters from Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, these 2 were first introduced into the DC universe back in 1943. During the Golden Age, they were significantly less of an issue than they are post New 52. Their powers back then consisted of them using their fat bodies to roll and bounce around. I shit you not. These days, they have superhuman strength and resistance, essentially making them big old dangerous bodyguard types. They can lift up to 1 ton, definitely a pair that you wouldn't want to get into a fight with. In at 7, Doodlebug. Doodlebug, aka Daedalus Bach, is a self-proclaimed artist of sorts. Or rather, he believes he receives visions of inspiration and then recreates said visions on whatever canvas they indicate, which often means he uses people as a canvas. Gross. Dude is a murderer. He killed his cellmate Junkyard Dog, who was a poor fellow obsessed with collecting and investigating trash, by plucking his heart out of his chest with his bare hands. Just like, Kill Bill style. This was part of his satanic ritual, of course. Aside from having a few awkward similarities to Jean-Michel Basquiat, both physically and stylistically when it comes to Doodlebug's art, the character is one of the more obscure Arkham inmates, having only appeared in Arkham Asylum Living Hell for 6 issues in 2003. And at number 6, Death Rattle. Death Rattle actually killed our previous number, Doodlebug, as part of a demonic sacrifice. A lot of rituals going on in Arkham sometimes. Needless to say, he's one creepy dude. Erasmus Death Rattle Rain is not only a serial killer, he's also a cult leader, and claims that he's a psychic. He founded his own religion, which generally doesn't operate on any sort of ethical foundation whatsoever. He also went about killing 56 members of his congregation, so clearly it's not the most predictable of religious institutions, that's for sure. Plus he shared a cell with Warren White, aka Great White Shark, so you know he ain't a pushover. Death Rattle believes that he can communicate with the dead, and when Arkham was attacked by demons and ghosts of its inmates' victims, the former members of his church told him to throw himself into the fires and sacrifice himself. Death Rattle willingly did it, but turns out the ghost just wanted him to die and rot in hell. Ghosts have feelings too, you guys. Moving on to number 5, Prometheus. Prometheus is a villain who is a foil to Batman of sorts. He possesses no actual superhuman abilities, but instead has undergone training similar to Bruce Wayne's. He's done intensive mental and physical training, uses similar technology to the Cape Crusaders, and even has a strobe light capable of disorientation and hypnotism. He can also download the knowledge and physical skills of his foes into his brain via a compact disc, which is like kind of insane, and kind of dates him a little bit. There have been a few iterations of Prometheus over the years, with the most popular one being an unnamed villain. the son of 2 hippies who was traumatized at a young age when his parents were brutally killed by police. This led to him undergoing a similar journey to Bruce Wayne's, except fighting on the opposite side than the Dark Knight. In other words, a man with that kind of determination, willpower, and commitment to annihilating the forces of justice ain't someone to take lightly, especially not in Arkham. In at number 4, the Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter is yet another one of the more comical members of Batman's rogue gallery, and he's been in Arkham quite a lot over the years. First appearing back in 1948 in Batman issue 49, the Mad Hatter, aka Jervis Tetch, didn't have many friends growing up due to his physical appearance, but what he did have though was a genius level intellect, which led to him becoming a neuroscientist and inventing a mind control technology. He knows how to dominate and control the human mind like the back of his hand, often making use of hypnosis. He's also great at hiding covert mind control devices, which means he's definitely the guy that you'd want to hit up in prison to sneak in contraband. But surely, that would come with a price. In at 3, Catwoman. Catwoman, aka Selina Kyle, has straddled the line of anti-hero and villain for many years now. Initially a baddie back in the golden age of comics when she first appeared in Batman issue 1 of 1940, she's an expert burglar, skilled gymnast, and knows her way around hand-to-hand combat. Don't even get us started on her cunningness or intellect. Girl has outsmarted some of the best, even Batman at times. While she wouldn't initially be a threat on your radar if you were locked up in Arkham, piss her off and, you know, you're in for a whole lot of trouble. Selina's capabilities are not to be taken lightly, and she can kick some serious butt, especially when you least expect it. Now from one anti-hero to the next, in at number 2, Harley Quinn. Now if you were to stroll into Arkham and you're like, who's gonna be an immediate threat? Well, Harley Quinn and her unpredictability factor is definitely deadly and should be avoided. Hopefully you wouldn't end up in Arkham though, because it's a fictional place. You do not want to accidentally come face to face with Harley Quinn when she's having a bad day, or even say the wrong, or sometimes even the right thing to get her going. Having spent quite a lot of time with the Joker can do that to you. Harley first appeared in Batman the Animated Series before making her comic debut in 1999 in Batman Harley Quinn. She was initially a psychiatrist who worked at Arkham, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, who fell victim to the manipulation and influence of the Joker, falling in love with him and becoming his sidekick and accomplice. She herself became quite skilled in manipulation, and her unpredictability, as we mentioned, is one of the most dangerous things about her. These days, Harley has shifted into anti-hero territory, no longer in the Joker's grasp. Instead, she's now dating her once best friend Poison Ivy, and the side perk of that relationship is she's become immune to various toxins, healing quicker from minor wounds, as well as getting a boost in strength and her natural agility, something that definitely would come in handy when it comes to riots at Arkham, since those seem to happen a lot. And finally, in at number 1, Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul is a criminal terrorist and mastermind. He's got a genius level intellect, he's a master alchemist, a master swordsman, has longevity thanks to the Lazarus Pits, and a knowledge of mystical objects. There's a lot going on there that you would definitely not want to run into and ever cause trouble with. On top of that, he's also a villain with a point, and really, that's probably the most dangerous thing on this list. When it comes to being locked up in Arkham Asylum with Ra's is the leader of the League of Assassins, meaning he's got a whole lot of henchmen, and that is not something that is good in Arkham Asylum if you are not someone who has a whole lot of henchmen. Ra's has also been a match for Batman many a time. Hell, he respects Batman, referring to him as detective. Ra's has been described as a 700-year-old international terrorist and has come back to life on multiple occasions, meaning he's not the kind of dude you want to have holding a grudge against you. He's also a guy who believes that achieving perfect environmental balance is achieved by killing off most of humanity, so like that is also a thing. Fellow as ruthless as that ain't someone you want to be tangoing with in a prison cell, that's for damn sure. Alright, there we have it friends, what other villains can you think of in Arkham Asylum that are dangerous as hell? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more comic content just like this list. In the meantime though, thanks for watching friends, I'll catch you all in the next video.